thank you very much. And to our vendor partners, our manufacturers, thank you for coming and supporting this charity event that we've got. This is our third annual event, and last year we mentioned we raised $260,000. I know this year we're going to top the $300,000 mark. And I can tell you from living and working and traveling in the areas that our stores operate, there's a lot of need out there. And I can also tell you that one of the things that makes our company a different company than a lot of others is our ties to our communities. Only when communities thrive do we thrive as a company. Many years ago, when my dad started our company, one of the commitments he made was to give back to the communities in which he did business. Now that started in one little town, with one little Piggly Wiggly store. And every time he acquired a store or built a store, he made that same commitment in another town, or another community, or another region. And we carry that on today. And I will tell you, to our associates, to our customers, and most importantly, to the folks we're able to help, it's a differential advantage. It sometimes is the difference between agencies that stay open and help young people or help older people, and agencies that sometimes have to shut their doors. And we all know the last 5 or 6 years has been a particularly difficult time. And I don't know of any more timely event that could have taken place than this event over the last 2 or 3 years. Because it not only supplies extra funds, but it literally helps augment what we do in our communities. So I can't thank you enough. I can't tell you how much it means. And I hope that each and every one of you, when you leave here tonight, will feel good about what you and what your companies mean to our region. We work hard each and every day, and I tell folks, we're just a small company. We're about a $2.2 billion company. When you say that to a group that's not familiar with our industry, they say, boy, that's big. And I say, yeah, well, we compete with $90 billion companies and several $100 billion companies, and that's our competition. The differential advantage that we have are our people and the relationships we've got to our communities. And we're not going to be behind on all the other things that are important. The technology, the pricing, the location. It's people and relationships to communities. So thank you all for being here. From what Ron tells me, the weatherman is going to cooperate. We're going to have an absolutely magnificent day tomorrow for golf. You won't see me on the golf course because I gave that up a number of years ago. To tell you the truth, with my talent level, I can't be a good golfer, a good grocer, and a good dad. So I gave up the golf, and any day somebody could argue whether I'm a good grocer or a good dad. But again, I hope you all have a wonderful time. I'm delighted that we're having it here in Sevierville. What a great facility in the Smoky Mountains. Hopefully, if you didn't bring your families this time, the next time we have it, you'll bring them back and stay for a day or two, and you enjoy this beautiful part of the country. I will tell you this, some of you may not know this, the Smoky Mountains and the National Park here is the most visited park by a long shot. If I'm not mistaken, and I believe I'm saying this right, it has more visitors than Yellowstone and Yosemite put together here in this area. So again, it's great by over 10 million visitors a year. So please come, please visit, please spend money. Most important, thank you for what you do. God bless.
I don't know whether you're going to have fun or not. I've never seen anybody come in and playing golf. I don't play. I don't know how to play. Never have played. I don't understand the game. But every time I see somebody coming in and playing golf, I say, how'd you do today? I didn't do her the dadgum, I've never seen anybody come in and say, whoo, donkeys, was I hot today? They're like magnets on those holes, pull those balls in there all day long. I've never seen that. So I guess y'all are having fun, and I hope you have fun tomorrow. But this is about also putting back. It's about charities. There'll be a lot of charities that'll benefit from this, but there are 5 special ones with us tonight. And to start us off with the first one, I'm going to ask Mary Moreland from the Juvenile Diabetic Research Foundation to come up and tell us a little bit about her organization.
Well, first of all, I am so humbled by being here tonight with all of you. Just the honor of being in this room with so many wonderful people, I just have to say thank you. And let you know that JDRF and Food City have been great partners for a number of years. Emerson and I were talking the other day, and we think it's been like 16 years plus that we have worked together. JDRF is the #1 supporter of diabetes research in the entire world. We're an international and local. Local, we are in every area that Food City has a store. We cover from Chattanooga through the Tri-Cities in Southwest Virginia. And I might sound a little shaky because Food City just finished their sneaker program with us, and they raised $214,000. And I just have to tell you that our families and our corporate partners in the Tri-Cities and in Knoxville think the world of Food City. I hear it the whole month. Have you been by a Food City? Have you seen the Food Cities? It is absolutely fabulous. So from the bottom of my heart, from our families to me and my staff, thank you. Thank you for all you do.
I'm going to ask Ryan Reed to come up. Come up here, Ryan. Y'all all give him a big welcome.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me out first of all. As you mentioned, I'm a NASCAR driver. I drive in the Nationwide Series for Roush Fenway. It's my first year, so it's pretty amazing, and I'm definitely humbled to be a part of it all. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 2 years ago, and when they diagnosed me, they told me I'd never be able to race again. So I know how devastating this disease is, and I know how everyone affected by it, family members, people touched by it. It's tough, and so. All the money raised from the sneaker program, all the money raised here at this tournament, it's going to a great cause, and I know without it, I wouldn't be able to drive a race car, and I definitely wouldn't be able to pursue my dreams. So thank you all for having me out, and I promise I'm a better race car driver than golfer, so don't hold me to that. Yeah, thank you again. What an amazing turnout. It's an amazing venue, and I'm excited. Thank you.
It's not a real old charity, but it's what is coming along and very important. And Rhonda McAnally from the Healthy Living Kitchen at the University of Tennessee Medical Center will come up and tell us about that charity.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very honored to be here this evening, partnering with Food City. The University of Tennessee Medical Center and Food City have a unique partnership. We serve our community in a way that many folks can live healthier lifestyles, and we try to help promote nutritional aspects in our community. We know that diabetes, cardiac disease, and other chronic diseases are running rapid in the East Tennessee area and our surrounding states. What we are trying to do is help promote avenues by which we can educate our public about recipe modifications. We provide education in the grocery stores that Food City has in our footprint area of East Tennessee. And our staff, which consists of a culinary chef, cardiac nurse specialist, and also dietitian, help to go out in these communities and educate our public. We have partnered with Food City in the Tri-Cities areas and also the Knoxville and surrounding counties in providing education, cooking demonstrations, and these grocery shopping tours to reach a broad base in the community. And with Food City's support, we were able to reach over 12,000 people last year in providing this much needed education on chronic disease. And I want to introduce two of the people with Healthy Living Kitchen, which is Janet Sieber, our registered dietitian, and Jane Kelly, our registered nurse and cardiac nurse specialist. Will you please stand? These ladies have dedicated countless hours in the community and working with Lori Hamilton, the Director of Healthy Initiatives for Food City, and partnering in these locations to provide these services. Again, we look forward to a very healthy relationship with Food City in the coming future, and we appreciate the support that they have provided us to reach this number of people in our communities. Thank you so much.
The next charity is one that's near and dear to my heart because I know that the Boys and Girls Club has kept several of us boys out of the penitentiary through the years, so I'm very thankful for that. And with us this evening is the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of the Tennessee Valley. That's Lisa Hurst. So Lisa, come up and tell us about yours.
Thank you so much. And I too want to make sure that you all clearly understand the impact that you're making on the lives of young people. Emerson has been working diligently to help us provide resources to the Boys and Girls Clubs for many, many years. Food City has been an amazing partner, especially through our Tim Irwin Bass Tournament, which we had this past weekend. It was, again, an amazing success. But what I clearly think it's important for you to understand is what the Boys and Girls Club does with the dollars that we receive from Food City. Boys and Girls Clubs, with the Food City dollars, we want to focus on education. We truly believe that if we can help our kids understand how important it is to graduate from high school with a game plan for post-secondary education, we've made a difference. And I want to tell you how we've done that. The Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley serves over 5,200 young people. We just completed a study where we discovered that children that participated in our program were more than 200% more likely to graduate from high school than children that didn't participate in the Boys and Girls Clubs. Folks, we could not do that without you. The young people that we serve, 82% of our kids live in non-traditional house homes. 82% don't know who their biological family is, their mom or their dad. They don't know who they are. If the Boys and Girls Clubs aren't there to provide those life-changing programs for our kids, nobody else will. Tim Irwin, the Tim Irwin Bass Tournament that I just mentioned, is our juvenile court judge. Tim Irwin said that in the state of Tennessee, Knoxville has the lowest juvenile detention rate. The children that are in juvenile detention is the lowest rate in the state of Tennessee. And what he will say, it's because of the Boys and Girls Clubs that is providing positive alternatives for our kids. That is the reason that the Boys and Girls Clubs is making a difference in our communities, and the reason that children are not incarcerated in Knoxville. Children are participating in positive activities. So from Tim Irwin Bass Tournament, Food City, and all the other programs that you provide for the kids in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Loudoun and Blount County, we appreciate all you do to support our young people. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you so much. We really appreciate all the support that Food City gives us. They give us not only financial support through benefits like this, but you know something, they help us every day. We have trucks that back into the stores, and they donate thousands of pounds of food on a regular basis, and we're able to help so many people here locally, over 39,000 people each month. And we couldn't do it without Food City. Food City started donating as one of the leading retail grocers in our region, in the state of Tennessee, in Virginia, and Kentucky. And many retailers followed suit after that time, but Food City was a leading retail grocer to give to our network here in these three states. Second Harvest Food Bank is a larger group of food banks that make up the Feeding America network, and over 50 million people are hungry in our country. And here again, locally, 39,000 people are served through Second Harvest Food Bank of Northeast Tennessee. We're one of 5 food banks in the state of Tennessee. But we know that over 100,000 people in Northeast Tennessee fall below the poverty level. So we've got a large job to do and to continue to do to close that gap on hunger. So we're working to help with our children's programs. Over 4,300 children receive backpacks every other week to help that go home with little or nothing in their home to eat. And so we're grateful to Food City. We're grateful to all of the food donors in this room, food manufacturing companies that represent companies that donate on a regular basis to our national network of food banks. But Food City, we're so grateful for what you've done. Steve, we couldn't do it without you. And again, we thank you so much for your support.
For some period of time, I don't think that our veterans, particularly some of our paralyzed veterans, wounded veterans, have gotten the attention they should have. The Paralyzed Veterans of America is working hard to fix that, and they're making tremendous progress. And with us this evening to tell us about that organization and introduce a couple of very special guests to us is Mindy Walker with the Paralyzed Veterans of America. Mindy?
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for having us tonight. I want to start by saying we are very proud to say that the Paralyzed Veterans has been around for 67 years now. And for 67 years, we've been dedicated to veteran services, civil rights, and quality health care for our veterans and those living with spinal cord injury and or disease. For the past several years, we've had the opportunity to work with Food City, and we have just they have been so gracious. We have worked with them on a Mission Able campaign, which is our corporate cause campaign that really focuses on 3 core areas of our organization, and that's jobs, care, and benefits, and making sure our veterans have those opportunities once they come home injured and are looking for opportunities to get back to some sort of successful and meaningful life. So this year, we are really excited about the campaign. It's going to be starting July 1st and running through the Bristol Night Race. And over the past 2 years, we have raised over $200,000 with the help of Food City. So we really appreciate all that you guys have been able to do for us. This year's campaign will have a donation component for consumers, and we're also hoping to add some sort of vendor program as well. So we hope all of you guys and encourage all of you guys to get involved and to help our veterans and to help a hero, which I have one of my heroes here tonight, Mike Savicki. If you want to raise your hand. Mike is a retired Navy veteran lieutenant who was injured during a flight, injured during flight school. And so please come over and say hello, and we really appreciate all that you guys have been able to do for us. And without further ado, I brought someone else with us who's a true champion to our organization and a true friend of mine and a huge hero in my eyes. So without further ado, Richard Petty.
Thank you, guys. You know, I got really involved with Paralyzed Veterans about, I think, the 60th anniversary. And I had always looked at the Paralyzed Veterans Association as being a government supplemented deal, never really paid that much attention. Then I got to really cutting in on it and checking on it. It's all a charitable deal. And, you know, without everybody's help, it don't work. And you got to figure these guys and gals that are paralyzed, and they went overseas. They was regular people. Our next door neighbors went to church with us, school with us, and they go and try to make it free for us so that we can do things like what we're doing here. And they kind of fall out of the deal, and you don't really think about it until you look around and you see somebody or you talk to somebody and say, these are the people that made it free for us. They're suffering. What can we do to help these people that went over and above and sacrificed so much in their life? So, you know, when I got involved with them, like I say, about 6-7 years ago, you know, we went around and we started going to hospitals, we started going to different functions like this and saying, you know, everybody can help and everybody can say thank you for what these people have sacrificed in their life. And then we got up with Food City 5 or 6 years ago, whatever, and from the top management all the way through everybody, the workers, all the way through everybody delivering and stuff, they got on full board. And then they got all their customers involved. Okay, and we got this whole part of the country has really, really been behind this deal. And we've done commercials for it, we've made appearances. They've done their part over and above deal. So if all y'all in here will help them, help us, then it'll work good for everybody. And again, appreciate everybody coming and looking at all the different things, how fortunate we are to be able to be here and walk around and do things where a lot of people are not. So it's sort of a, let's give back. And we appreciate everything everybody does. And hope everybody has a good golf tournament tomorrow. Okay? Thank you, guys.
Well, that's what the golf outing's all about. You've heard from the 5 charities that's going to benefit from it. And soon as Steve give me a raise, and we'll get me one of them cowboy hats.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.